Students, a very good morning. I welcome you to the class. As you know, I have already shared the text of the poem 1919 with you. And today, students, I am going to give you an introduction of this famous poem by William Butler Yeats. Students, the rebellion of 1916 was put down with an iron hand by the ruling power, and there was widespread violence and bloodshed in Ireland. The brutality and inhumanity shocked W.B. Yeats, as he was a very sensitive person. And this incident, coupled with the horror of Great War, made him feel that the present cycle of civilization was coming to an end. Students, this is a very magnificent poem, and as you have seen, this is divided into 6 parts of varying length, and which on a superficial reading seem to lack unity and coherence. But, however, a deeper reading reveals that it is shaped and controlled by Yeats's moral indignation at what was happening in Ireland. Students, the first stanza of the poem opens with Yeats's lament that the masterpieces of Greek art, like the ancient figures at Colossus made out of imperishable olive wood and the famous sculpture pieces of Phidias, which in the opinion of Yeats represented the very zenith of Greek art and culture, all have decayed and died away. The glorious art of Athens has proved as transient as a grasshopper and the bees of a summer season. So here we see that Yeats laments that human values have decayed all over the world. Some would suggest that there is one way of comfort left, that to withdraw from life into ghostly solitude. But even this visionary or mystic detachment is no solution. In the poem, the poet uses the dance symbol to illustrate his meaning. He reminds us of the famous American dancer Louis Fuller with her troupe of dancers. We cannot help being hurried forward towards a predestined end, it says, but each must act his part or dance the dance of reality to the best of his ability. There must be no slackening of effort or giving way to despair. The poem has also got a mystic tone, and hence sometimes it becomes difficult to explain. The poet reminds us that the human soul has often been compared to a swan flying high in the heavens. He would be quite satisfied if he could see the human soul proudly breasting the air and flying swiftly away from the horror and bloodshed of the present age. In poem, we can see that past is compared to the present, and the fiasco that has taken place is described. 7 years earlier, before the Irish Rebellion, people talked of honor and truth, but now they have become cunning, cruel, and brutal like the weasel. In the poem, we have a whirl of violent images, and the forces of nihilism move towards a climax. It presents a vivid picture of terrors that have been unleashed upon Ireland and upon the world at large. There is violence everywhere. Horsemen ride about, melting out death and destruction, and in their own turn, falling down weird and exhausted. It's a very powerful poem, students, which derives its force and significance from its concentrated expression and the prophetic vision of the poet. The poet is fully alive to grim reality. Indeed, there is a bold acceptance of reality. The poet bravely refuses to accept any false consolation or to shut his eyes to the mindless violence of times. So, students, our today's discussion comes to an end here. We will be completing this poem in our next classes. Thank you.